Hi friends, how are you today? I hope that you're blessed. I am so glad that you're here today, me and my farm animals. I've got a mama out there, a ewe, and she is just crying to beat the band. I don't think that lamb is listening to her today. But if you're over 40, if you're over 50, if you have mature skin, I'm going to show you a really easy way to get a great winged eyeliner, and this is what I call a baby wing. Not super exaggerated and super simple to do. If you don't feel like you're really good at eyeliner, you don't feel like you have a super steady hand, you can do this, I promise. Let's jump right in. What you're going to need for this is a small angled brush and a dark eyeliner. You know I don't like black. I feel like especially those of us that have very light, pale, or porcelain skin, black eyeliner just gets so harsh looking the older we get. I feel like if you have darker skin, the black is probably amazing on you. For me, lighter skin, I'm going to use the darkest brown I can find. This is the NYX Epic Smoke Liner in the color Mocha Match. I will link this brush down in the description below along with the eyeliner that I'm using. You can find your own brush. What you're looking for is a short, very dense, angled brush. This is actually an eyebrow brush, but that's what you're looking for. And you do want a liner that's very dark. So I love brown. This is a very dark brown. You could use a very dark gray. You could use a very dark green or a very dark blue. If you want to use black, you can use black. The reason that you want it to be dark is because you're going to apply the liner with the brush. So when you first put it on, you're not going to see a lot. And you can keep adding to it to darken it up, but the more you add, the more you run the risk of it not quite being exactly what you want, maybe being a little too much or being too messy. So aim for a dark pencil. You can create this eyeliner in any order that you want. The way I usually do it is I apply it by hand, just a little at the bottom. I don't like a lot of eye makeup on the bottom. I feel like you run the risk of it falling. You get oily under here. You run the risk of it creating more dark shadows under here. So I'm going to put very little at the bottom. Then I'm going to apply it straight out of the pencil a little bit on the top and use the little brush for the baby wing. So I will do the baby wing last. If you want to create this entire look with the pencil, you can. If you feel better about creating the little baby wing first, absolutely do that. I'll just show you, this is how I do it. I've never been a big fan of being super precise with eyeliner. First of all, I think it can look very harsh, but also by not going all the way over to the inner corner and leaving a little room to kind of blend and kind of drag it just a little bit, it doesn't look harsh and gives you a little bit of just wiggle room. If later on in the day you're kind of messing with it a little bit, you know, maybe you crying or get caught in the rain or something, it's not super precise where you're stressing over it, if that makes sense. So I like just to be able to blend it a little bit. And you know, you never want to stop right at that outer corner because it really closes off your eye. And if it closes off your eye at our age, what it's essentially doing is dragging everything down. I do not need help with that. Let's do the baby wing. And the reason the wing or a baby wing is really good because it does draw the eye up. This is very subtle. Very easy to do. The brush is going to do all of the heavy lifting. First thing I want you to do when you're going to create a wing, whether it's this little baby wing or you want to exaggerate it a little bit more, is find this line along the bottom of your eye and imagine that this line comes all the way up. This is the line you want to follow. Forget about this up here. When you follow this line, it's inevitably going to come down like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add my pencil to my brush and I'm going to lay the brush down right here. That's all I'm going to do. It's so subtle. I'm going to show you again. Now you can create like a little triangle if you want to. So I'm going to do it on the other side, but do you see, you could go as exaggerated as you want, and all I did was follow this line up. So it's just a little baby wing, and then what I mean by making a triangle is kind of like connecting the dots. So if you didn't want just a line, then you can kind of come back and kind of create like a little wedge to kind of connect that together if you want to do that. I hope you found that super helpful. Just follow that lower lash line. That's all you're going to do. And then just lay that brush down. So you can do more or less, whatever suits your fancy that day. Get a dark pencil, because remember, when you lay it down, you're not going to get as much as if you were applying the pencil directly. Hope all that was helpful. If it was, I hope you'll smash that like button and share this with a sweet friend. Come over and find me on Facebook or Instagram at Just Doing My Best, and I will see you in the next video.